Okay. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I think I'm going to go with the slideshow thing. That way it's all there. Okay, got it. Okay. All right. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about a story. So I want to kind of give you how did this drink and draw concept come up? Well, it actually, if you've met me before, and if you haven't, that's okay. I'll tell you my life story. But essentially, I'm the owner of Rockstar Marketing. I know I don't look like it, but I really am a bona fide certified Grammy qualified rock star. I'm still collecting royalty checks off of my one hit wonder from like 2009. And like, it's a long story, but I've been doing marketing for a long time. And I work with the auto repair industry as well as HVAC, plumbing, electrical, and home remodeling. So the trades. I grew up in the trades. My daddy was an electrical contractor. Cousins are all in the trades, and I like cars. So what can I say? So I belong to an association called Northwest Auto Care Alliance, and the president of his local chapter, Ernie, he says, Jen, I've got this idea, and I want to see if you and your husband Renee can do this. Now, my husband Renee, he is in charge of our media division. He's in the next room. He's like 17 feet away from me. He has a door, so he doesn't have to hear me all the time. But Renee is an artist. And so Ernie came up with this idea. And he's like, I've got this idea where I want you and Renee to come up to Washington, and we're going to have this class of a drink and draw. And we're going to provide the food, and we're going to provide the beverages, and everyone is going to draw a car. But we know that Renee is the comic book artist. We know that Renee is the ruse, like the plant, the person that is going to win, obviously. But the reason for this whole discussion was we wanted to talk about standard operating procedures, because everybody here in this phone call and everybody at this drink and draw that we did in Washington State, everyone is extremely qualified, but we have varying levels and degrees of how we accomplish things. But if we can do standard operating procedures, we would get more consistent results, right? So part of this drink and draw thing, when we did this in person up in Washington, my husband made sure that Ernie had a full-on list. Like, here's professional grade pens and professional grade paper and all the different artist tools. So everyone had exactly the same materials. But then we were like, all right, draw a car. And it was really cool because, of course, what did my husband do? He like did watercolor style, and it was like, it was something that would be in a gallery. And then there were a few people that like drew the equivalent of a kindergartner. That would be me, because I can't draw, I can barely draw stick figures, right? So it was varying degrees, but it was super fun and everyone had a good time. And that is why we are adopting it to today, because when we were doing this drink and draw up in Washington in person, there was no ChatGPT. AI hadn't come onto the scene, because this was like 2023. And isn't it crazy how fast we've adopted AI? It's like nuts, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to learn a few things though before we get into the game and the contest. Okay, I kind of wanted to set the stage. So the first thing I wanted to, oops, where did it go? The first thing I wanted to do was I want to show you the latest news about what came out with ChatGPT Images 2.0. And this is pretty freaking cool. So let's see here. Um, this is what they came up with, all in ChatGPT.
Em frente ao coqueiro velho, esperei uma eternidade. Já fumei um cigarro e meio, e na linha não veio. Como diz a Denise, homem tem que ser durão. Se ela não chegar agora, não precisa chegar. Eu vou embora. Eu acho que
Where's the
ela
Leanna?
não me vê. Ai, ai, foi embora. Eu acho que ai, ai,
Pretty cool, huh? Okay, I guess it's on a loop. It's on a loop. So, like, isn't that wild? Like, I mean, about a year ago, I was like messing with graphics and it was nowhere close to this. And now it's like a cute little movie, like crazy, right? Okay,
Do
going
you
back to the present.
remember when everybody posted a like chat GPT version of themselves, like an avatar version of themselves, and if you had your hands in the image, it had like 27 fingers?
Yes, yes,
Anybody?
yes, yes. Oh my gosh, you're so correct. In fact, I was telling Karen and Luana the other day. Okay, so I decided to get onto ChatGPT, and this is recent, like I don't know, 3 months ago. So like the level that it's growing and getting better is just crazy, right? But I said, okay, I want to have a plumber in a navy blue uniform talking to a happy customer in a California kitchen with photorealistic and it's modern kitchen and it's been remodeled and there's nice light coming in and it was a pretty good rendering, but the plumber had 6 fingers
Mm-hmm.
and
There's
there
a
were two
dog.
sinks in the
Look at her
kitchen.
dog.
It was like, why are we having two sinks, right? So yeah, it's come a long way. So what we're going to do is we're going to play around with the ChatGPT, but we're also going to discuss, what are our differences, what are our strengths, and we'll highlight our unique strengths and how do we apply what we've learned today to, the future, and then how to discuss how to be consistent with SOPs. We'll get into that. But there's this video that I came across and it talks about the 7 different levels of AI skill sets. It's about 15 minutes, but I promise you, this is so good. And also too, it just kind of sets the tone for like, if you think you know where you're at, you might be surprised. Like I think I'm a level 2. But anyway, we'll get into it. And let's make sure you guys can hear it. Okay, hold on.
You can have two people
Can
using
everyone hear it?
every single day. One of them is saving
Jennifer,
emails. The
Yes.
other is running.
Luana's having a problem. She says she can't get off mute and she can't get on.
Oh, did she log out and hold on.
There
Luana,
she is. She's
you're
on mute. I can see she's on mute.
that's okay. Oh, she's off mute, but we can't hear her.
Okay.
You can write in the chat if you want to. You can go into the chat, Luana, and you can put there's a chat in the bottom, and she's messing with Taylor. I love that. I love the visuals. Anyway, if you need something, Luana, just go ahead and let us know what you can do. Meanwhile, I'm gonna play. Can you hear? Can you hear what we're doing? Okay, she's all right. We're good. Okay, here we go. Let me start this thing over.
You can have
And I just turned the volume up on it.
AI every single day. One of them is saving a few minutes on emails. The other is running entire business systems that operate while they sleep. The difference isn't intelligence or technical skill.
I do want to show the video.
I can't
because
do
Oh,
video.
gosh. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
And what to do next.
Ah,
Thanks to
geez.
HubSpot for
Sorry, guys.
sponsoring this video.
Dang it.
This video will show you all 7 levels.
Sorry, girls. Hi, Isabel. You're watching me have a meltdown. Let's try the show.
You're
Let's try
doing
this
great,
show.
Jennifer. This is great.
Oh,
Oh my God. I tell you, user error. And it really is tea. I swear to God, I'm not drinking alcohol.
You can
Okay.
have two people
Let's try this
using
again.
AI
Can
every
everyone
single
see
day.
it?
One of them is saving a few minutes on
Okay.
emails. The other
Okay,
is
good.
running entire business systems that operate while they sleep. The difference isn't intelligence or technical skill. It's knowing which level they're at and what to do next. Thanks to HubSpot for sponsoring this video. This video will show you all 7 levels, where you fit, and exactly what to do next. Moving up happens faster than most people expect.
I don't know about that.
This is where everyone starts. You have a free account in ChatGPT, and you're basically using it like a fancier search engine. Asking it questions you used to Google, maybe getting it to write a quick email. It's useful, but it doesn't feel like a superpower yet. You're here if you mostly ask one-off questions and don't really think about how you're asking them. The shift to level 2 is simple. You have to start noticing that how you ask changes what you get.
Now you've had the moment of realization where you asked something 2 different ways and got wildly different results. Now you're actually thinking about your prompts. A couple big unlocks here are giving context and including examples. So a simple prompt structure is instruction, context, and constraints. Then when applicable, give it an example of an output you liked or a result you're looking for. Now that's good to know, but there's 2 shortcuts to just speedrun this whole level. First is asking the AI to ask you questions before it answers to gather needed context or clarify the intent. It knows what it needs better than you do, and it will ask you a list of questions to gather all of it. The response you get back will be exponentially better than what you would get otherwise. The second way is you'll often have a long back and forth before you get what you want. Just kind of realizing along the way that you didn't specify something or needed additional context. Once you've done that back and forth, ask it to write the prompt that would have gotten you there on the first try. If it's a task you'll be repeating, save that prompt so you can skip all that back and forth time in the future. Those 2 tips will give you dramatically better results, basically right away for very little effort. To get to level 2, use the basic prompt structure, instruction, context, constraints. Ask it to ask you questions before it answers, and when an answer misses the mark, don't just accept it. Rewrite the prompt with more context and try again. That habit alone will get you here fast. Once you're regularly getting useful output and feeling the value, you'll hit the next wall, starting fresh every single conversation and rebuilding context from scratch every time. Breaking through that is pretty simple. This is where you see a real noticeable change in your productivity. Not just getting better answers, but tasks that used to take you an afternoon starting to take 20 minutes. You stop getting stuck on things and it feels intuitively woven into your workflows. This involves going deeper and utilizing all the features available. This helps in many ways, but one big unlock is with context engineering. Providing the right context gets you much better results, but you don't want to have to start from scratch in every new chat, feeding in all that context. Projects solve this problem. ChatGPT or Claude let you build dedicated workspaces, one for work, one for creative stuff, finances, health, whatever you need, each with their own instructions, tone, context files, and formatting preferences already baked in. You stop re-explaining yourself every chat. Your work project already knows your brand voice and SOPs. Your writing project already knows your style. Your fitness project already knows your goals. You just open a new chat and go. This is also when you start testing the different tools, like Claude, Gemini, and ChatGPT have very different strengths. And by now, you have enough experience to actually feel the difference. To get here, pick your most common topic for AI use and build a project for it. Include context files that are relevant and write out custom instructions. Anything you find yourself re-explaining, make sure it's in there. You can definitely use ChatGPT to help write those. Just kind of dump out all the things you think should be in there and have ChatGPT touch it up. Once you stop rewriting the same setup every time and have context baked in, you'll immediately feel the difference. You'll have a real workflow with AI, but you're still operating almost entirely inside LLMs. We're about to get our first taste of AI agents, and as you can imagine, that's where a lot of this is headed towards. I'll be going deeper into these as we progress through the levels. There's been huge advancements over the past year, and it's starting to actually live up to the hype, which is why I also worked with HubSpot to create a complete guide to AI agents, updated for 2026. This is a free resource that goes deep into agents with frameworks, worksheets, and implementation details. There's a simple, is this an agent job decision framework you can actually use to evaluate your workflows, a full breakdown of a humans for judgment, agents for execution model with real examples, and an entire chapter of use cases across content and marketing, creator and entrepreneur workflows, and business operations, plus a complete implementation roadmap with the step-by-step process for assessing what to automate, integrating agents with your existing tools and data, adding the right guardrails, and tracking ROI through efficiency, quality, and business impact metrics. We packed this with everything you would need to get started and actually implement AI agents. It's free to download at the link in the description. And thanks to HubSpot for partnering with me on this resource and for sponsoring this video. Level 4 is when you realize, although you've already gotten a lot of benefit, you're still just at the beginning. AI is an entire ecosystem and different tools are built for different jobs. You stop asking, what can ChatGPT do for this? And start asking, what's the best tool for this? You're pulling in NotebookLM for research and working through large documents, using Granola to handle meeting notes automatically so you can actually stay present in conversations. You've got image or video generation in your toolkit when you need it. Platforms like Higgsfield or FreePick let you access all those models in one place. I'm not going to just sit and list off all the different tools and what they're good for. They go on, and I have a lot of videos covering that. But one more I'll mention here. An easy way to get your first taste of agentic AI is with Manus. Instead of you prompting back and forth, you describe a goal, and it goes off and develops the plan for you and handles a multi-step process, orchestrating different types of models together all on its own. The first time you see this is pretty mind-blowing. You really take your hands off the wheel while it just works for you. Here in level 4, there's also a deeper level to LLMs we haven't discussed yet. You can start to build. Claude, ChatGPT, and Gemini all have this feature. In ChatGPT and Gemini, it's called Canvas. In Claude, it's called Artifacts. You can describe a tool you want. It will write the code and build it right there, fully interactive, with zero experience required. You can prototype things in minutes. This could be an internal tool, a tracker, an interactive dashboard, or a website. They can have a lot of functionality. This is just a taste of vibe coding, but when you try it, you see just how easy it is. From a few simple sentences of what you want, it can build it. Then you just ask simply for new features and changes. There's tons of different tools you can experiment with. Each person will have different tools that apply to their role. But the point here is everything I mentioned is really easy to use. None of these tools are technical whatsoever. They're all unique and may take some experimentation, but it's fairly intuitive to just try something. Then if it's not right, follow up with what you didn't like. It usually just fixes it. Then just over time, you get faster. But now we're weaving multiple tools together to get things done in ways that weren't possible before. To get here, pick one tool that's not an LLM and actually use it for something real. I have a lot of tool roundup style videos of the things I personally actually use. This could be Notebook LM if you do research, Granola if you're in meetings, Higgsfield if you do creative work. And also open your Artifact or Canvas feature and describe a tool you wish existed. Don't overthink it. The point isn't to ship something polished. It's to feel how fast you can go from an idea to a working prototype. When you're on this level, you're using several different types of tools regularly, but they're all still things you manually kick off and follow up, go back and forth, and check on yourself. Level 5 is where you start building things that run without you. You've tasted what's possible, and now you start to build intentionally. There's a mindset shift here. You stop seeing a tedious task and thinking, how do I do this faster? And start thinking, how do I build something that does this for me? The platforms like Lovable or Google AI Studio lets you do a ton for free. These make it just as easy to build internal tools as the Canvas features you used in level 4, but they're purpose-built for it. So you can create genuinely useful things. Client dashboards, internal tools, custom workflows for your team, real stuff, still without needing to be a developer or knowing how to read a single line of code. You can really start using your imagination to build out complex tools. And what's really cool is many of the tools you may have been experimenting with can be built into the tools and apps you build for yourself. You can prompt for something that incorporates Claude for writing and Nano Banana for generating images, all in a unique interface and workflow, purpose-built for you. At this level, you also start automating, not just one-off tasks, but full processes that get triggered on a schedule or by an event and run end-to-end without you touching them. Zapier is the easiest entry point here. They have a copilot that lets you just describe what you want an automation or agent to do, and it builds the whole thing. We run it at Futurepedia across our entire backend. Everything that would otherwise take a full-time admin, keeping data synced across platforms, running background tasks, routing information between tools, Zapier just handles it. To get to level 5, start with one thing you do repeatedly and ask yourself, what would have to be true for this to just happen automatically? Depending on what that is, open Zapier and describe it to the copilot, or open Google AI Studio and describe the tool. You don't need to know how to build it. You just need to know what you want. That first automation that runs without you touching it is a big unlock. Once you feel that, you'll start seeing opportunities everywhere. You're here if you've built at least one simple thing that runs on its own, but your more complex workflows still need you to prompt them or check in regularly. They aren't streamlined and definitely aren't automated. At this level, you don't see problems anymore. You see systems waiting to be built. Every repetitive process, every workflow that feels slow, every task that a human is doing manually, your brain immediately starts designing the solution. This is where Claude Code typically becomes one of your main building tools. You can build almost anything you can describe. So I thought this was a funny one I did for a previous video when everyone was talking about Cal AI being acquired. I took a couple screenshots from the App Store page and asked it to analyze those and build the app for me. I needed one follow-up, then it was functioning perfectly, where I could upload an image of food and it would identify all the ingredients and estimate the calories and macros and had long-term tracking and everything. It's kind of crazy how easy it is to just replace software you use with a couple prompts. That's of course using it for yourself. Managing payments, scaling, or building communities is obviously harder. But that bespoke, personalized software on demand is pretty cool too. Now, I'm not going to walk through the whole terminal setup here. You can also just use it right in the Claude desktop app with no additional setup. Just a couple of quick tips in Claude Code is to use the planning mode when building from scratch. It will think deeply and develop the whole concept, features, and plan for everything first, then confirm it all with you. After that, is build feature by feature, testing each one before moving on to the next. And in no time, you'll have a fully functioning, professional level piece of software you built yourself. This can be anything. Full AI-powered web apps and mobile apps, internal tools and dashboards, Chrome extensions, bots, scraping tools, games, on and on. Another big tool here is N8N. You can automate complex workflows that can even be agents that orchestrate other agents. Processes that would normally take hours or require a team of people can run in the background, continuously and without you involved. We run these for some of our more complex workflows at Futurepedia. And then there's OpenClaw. Everything up until this point, you build it and it runs. OpenClaw, you build it and then it starts to think for itself. I want to be upfront about this one. It's really interesting and there's a reason there's so much hype, but it is absolutely not for everyone. Not even close. Everything I've mentioned up until this point, anyone with a little motivation and mind for experimentation can learn. I personally have zero coding background and use all of these. But OpenClaw is another story. You can learn it if you're not technical, but it will not be as easy as the others. But if you don't know, this is an open source personal AI agent that runs locally, usually on a dedicated device like a Mac Mini, or you can use a VPS. You connect it to a language model, give it access to your tools, your email, your calendar, your browser. Some people even give it a credit card, and it operates as a persistent, always on assistant that goes out and does things. And it just comes back and updates you when it's done. But an important part is it can remember things across sessions. So it's learning context about you over time and improving. What makes it particularly unique is the interface. Usually this all happens from WhatsApp or Telegram messages. You have a multi-agent system, all with specialized skills that you can just talk to simply in one of your messaging apps. Again, setting it up and configuring it will be technical. There are definitely security risks. And you can do basically everything I've seen anyone do with OpenClaw using all the other tools I mentioned, but it's worth knowing it exists. And once it is all set up, it feels more intuitive because you're just chatting with it. This may be where everything is headed because OpenClaw is at the bleeding edge right now, but this stuff will get easier and safer pretty quickly. Now, to get to level 6, the starting point is Claude Code. Just pick one real problem, something you'd normally spend hours on, and just try to build a solution. Don't worry about it being perfect. The goal at first is just to feel what's possible when you stop being limited by what you already know how to make. From there, N8N is where you go when you're ready to connect everything together into longer, more complex agent workflows. And if you're technical enough to be curious about OpenClaw, the community around it is one of the best resources. Just know what you're getting into before you give anything that kind of access to your systems. This final level is aspirational. Nobody's here yet, but level 7 is where everything comes together. An actual workforce of AI agents building and running your business around the clock, growing it while you focus on the things only you can do.
I think it is probably possible now to start a company that is a one-person company that will go on to be worth like more than $1 billion. And more importantly than that, deliver an amazing product and service to the world.
The first true one-person unicorn, like $1 billion company built by a single founder, has been predicted for a while. It hasn't happened yet, but hopefully someone watching this video is going to be the one who does it. If you want to go deeper into agents, again, there's that resource I partnered with HubSpot on in the description. We spent a lot of time on that. And if you want just the best way of helping to learn with all of this stuff along the way, we have a full course platform on Futurepedia with over 1,000 lessons across over 30 AI courses. You'll find full learning paths on everything from ChatGPT to video generation to coding with AI and everything in between. You can get a 7-day free trial using the link in the description. Or I left this on the best for viewer setting, so YouTube really thinks you'll like watching this video next.
Okay, so just for fun, where is everybody? Okay, I wanted to know, okay, who's definitely level 1? We're all level 1. Yes? Yes?
Most people are using AI.
I'm brand new.
Sorry.
Documents. do
Stop.
brainstorming or writing,
Still
or maybe
talking.
solve some multi-step
Where
problems.
is it?
But with AI agents, you can make AI actually go out and do work for you, sending it off to do multiple tasks for an extended amount of
Stop
time while you work on something
There's-
else, sleep,
There it
or
is.
maybe even
Okay. I love it when my class goes rogue, and it's not the people that are going rogue, it's the computer. Okay. So we're all level 1. How many of us are at least feeling like level 2? I'm a solid level 2. Okay, good. Good. Anybody else want to be level 2? Nope. Okay. Is
I'm
anybody
great.
a level 3? Is anyone a level 3?
Can you remind me of level 3? I feel like it went so fast I couldn't take notes for that one.
Fair enough. Level 3 is when you start you start with the automations. You start with the automations, or at least start changing your mindset.
Nope.
I'm brand new.
Okay, that's all good, honey. That we're all different levels. And you know what's really funny, everybody? I have written a book, okay, in Halloween of 2024, right before the election, I wrote this book. And this book is like 250 pages long. 650 pages. It's like the size of a phone book. And I used AI to help me write this book because I had 2,000 pages of diaries of women's social progress history for over 200 years. So I needed to put it into one book, and 2,000 pages was not going to do it. So I used AI to truncate everything and make it a little bit more short and more fun and more accessible. So like here I am thinking, yay, I'm a badass. And then I look at it and I'm like, nope, nope, I'm still like a level 2, right? And I'm maybe I'm towing the line of being a level 3. But I'll tell you what though, I have to say I've learned that I am not the one that has all the answers. So I've learned that I have a team and I can ask them to do things for me. So fortunately on my team, I have a level 5, I have a level 6, I might have a level 7, but I don't have a unicorn yet. Okay, what we've got is oh, I for whatever reason my hand keeps going up. I'm so expressive that the thing tells me that I'm doing all these things. Okay, here's what I did. I did this before we got onto this call. What I did was I wanted to see, is this actual slide? Hold on. Okay. Here's what we did. Here's what we did. I got into Taft. Now, I didn't go into ChatGPT because Taft is something that I've been more familiar with, but I'm going to play with ChatGPT as well. But Taft is a free image generator, and because I'm a marketing agency, I have a lot of rules about using license-free or safe content on social media and blogs and websites. I'm not allowed to use something that is stock photography that I didn't pay for, right? But one thing that I discovered with Taft, and by the way, Taft stands for there's an AI for that. Taft. And so they have this image generator. I'll show it to you, and it's really quite cool. And you can either drag an existing image. So, Luana, you know how you said that you had this character that you had, and you wanted to see if you can animate the character or change the positions of the character? You can drag the image of that, and then you can tell in the prompt what you want. So, what I did, everybody, is I went ahead and I took this prompt. Oops, sorry. Gosh. Let me just not do the slideshow because it's giving me challenges. Okay, so what I did was please create a photorealistic image of a newly remodeled kitchen. Include the following elements: contemporary style, light and bright, bird's eye maple cabinets, farmhouse sink, brushed nickel faucet, brushed nickel drawer handles, a kitchen island with marble countertop, and the overall colors are light brown, white, and cosmic blue. So that's what I did. I put that into Taft and I came up with this. But if we look at it, what are some of the challenges with this image? Does anybody spot the number one thing that's wrong with this
2
image?
sinks.
Yes, yes, 2 6. Amanda was like holding her. It's okay, honey. Shout it out. You don't have to be polite.
Two things.
Sorry.
Well, which, and I admit, having two sinks actually might be kind of convenient. However, the reality of the situation is that who's got two sinks in their kitchen?
Yeah. Maybe a prep sink, but also like why have two sinks when you have no dishwasher?
And then there's that. Okay, good. You noticed, right? You're hoping that like maybe the dishwasher is just not being shown kind of thing. Yeah, okay. All right.
And the left side of the apron sink, the cabinet door below with the drawer above next to the sink, like that whole situation is just not going to happen.
Yeah, that's not, yeah, exactly. That's not going to happen. But I'll tell you, the things that look good are I like the colors. I like how it gives me the light and bright. Like I feel like I'm in a Bay Area kitchen. I do. I feel like that. And then, there's several details, but I think for overall, it did a pretty good job. But that's what happened with me. So here's what I'd like everyone to do. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I want you all to open up your favorite AI. If it is ChatGPT, go for it. If it is Taft, TAAFT.com image generator, you can do that. I can put that in the chat if you want, but I think that's mine because I've been working with it for a while. If you want to try Nano Banana, like whatever you want to do, if you want to do Gemini, I don't care what it is that you want to use, but I would encourage you to ask it to build you a kitchen. So if you remember, the Futurepedia guy said that one of the things that you could do is you can get into the LLM. By the way, for those of you who don't know, LLM is large language model. And so, just as we are human beings and we are female human beings, we each have different names. I'm Jennifer, there's Lauren, there's Luana, there's Karen, there's Amanda, right? So the LLM is its own uh, entity or it's like Homo sapiens. It's its own thing, but they have different names, right? Different brands. You've got ChatGPT, you've got Gemini, right? That's the best way I can describe what a large language model is. Yeah. So, does everybody have an AI that they can have pulled up on their computer and they can start playing with it? Okay.
I don't know anything about it.
It's okay, Karen. You can be the wonderful spectator, and maybe you can help me judge. Maybe you can help me judge who's got the best kitchen. Okay, you want to be the
Oh, I'd
spectator?
like
You
to
want to
do
you want to be a judge? Okay, cool. Everyone's got a fun job.
I want to do it.
You want to do it, sweetie? Okay. Well, then here's what you do. You go here. Let me share my screen. I'm going to share my screen. For those of you who want to play along, but you're like, huh? What do I do, Jen? I would go to your browser. I use Google. I'm not sure what browser you use, but
I
the cool
do.
thing, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in chat.openai.com, and that is ChatGPT. Or you can just
Okay.
type in ChatGPT. Now, Karen, I got to tell, oh, look, they've even got the little notice about like, hey, look at the new thing about images. Yay. Okay, so I pay $20 a month for my subscription because as a professional, I need to tap into ChatGPT quite a bit, right? So $20 is allowing me more access and more
Okay,
frequency
probably won't
than a
happen.
freebie. But you can do this for free. I don't know how much longer you can do this for free, but for now, you can do this for free. Did you pull it up, Karen?
No.
Okay, so just go into your browser and go to it. So now, Karen, I'm
I
gonna let you kind of figure it
I
out,
think I
sweetheart.
better just listen because I don't even know how to get to my browser.
Okay, no worries, honey. No
Oh, up
worries.
here.
When I see you this weekend, if you really want me to, Sunday morning before we go for brunch,
Yeah, because
I
I
will
wanted
sit
to
down
do
with your
it.
computer and I'll show you myself. Okay, sweetie? All
I
right.
have to get out of this to get in there, to
It's
get
okay,
into
love. You
Google.
can just watch and you can be the judge, okay? Everyone has to please Karen.
That's
And
not
she
fun.
owns a home in San Jose, so who knows? You might be her next interior designer. Okay.
I wanted to do it.
I'm
I'll
committing
go
poor
on
Karen
Google
to
here.
things she doesn't even agree with, but okay. All right. What I would do, because he suggested it, he's like, why don't you ask the LLM? Why don't you ask it what it needs to create, right? So I'm just gonna do this. Now, you girls are all doing your own thing, but just for Karen and Luana who are still new, I'm gonna say, hey Miss Chat GPT. I call her Miss Chat GPT because it's a girl and she's amazing and she loves me. I have a new project I need help with. I need to create an award winning AI generated image of a California kitchen. How shall I go about it? Okay, and then Miss ChatGPT, she is going to tell me, oh, here are some ideas. Look at this right off the bat. Right off the bat, everybody. Can you see this? Oh,
Mhm.
this is like amazing, right? Oh, she's giving me selection. She's like, what kind of California kitchen would you like? And look, everybody, no two sinks. So much better than what I did with Taft. Okay, look at this one. Okay, now this is interesting. It looks like I don't know if I would want the seats like so close to the back of like yeah, I don't know how I like that one. But I do like, you know, the feel of it. Okay, here's another one. All right, this one's got a cute little pillow. Okay, ooh, look at that backsplash, right? Okay, so there's the modern coastal California kitchen. Then there's the California Spanish Revival. Then it's giving me a modern organic Napa Valley Luxe. Okay, well, that's looking pretty sexy. All right. Ooh, these are some nice choices. Ooh, that's rich. Okay, okay. And so what it's asking me to do is it's saying, okay, give me a direction of what it is that I want, and then write a high-end AI prompt. So it's telling me, okay, I want it to be like this for modern coastal luxury, or add award-winning enhancers, you know, shot on a Canon EOS R5, 35 millimeter lens, depth of field. Like you can get as detailed as you want. But does everyone agree that me asking ChatGPT what it needs to be successful, would everyone agree that this is like way better than me coming up with stuff on my own? Yeah, totally, right? Now, Amanda, I've got a question for you, honey. With Nano Banana, does it also kind of guide you, or does it just read your mind and figure it out?
Well, I've literally never asked it to ask me questions, so I tried that this time and it's okay. But how do you get like multiple options? Like how did you get it to show you multiple options of what like that?
It just did. I literally asked, "Hey, Miss ChatGPT, I have a new project I need help with. I need to create an award-winning AI generated image of a California kitchen. How shall I go about it?" Now, admittedly, I have been addressing her as Miss ChatGPT, and I've been doing multiple writing projects with her. So because the more you work with your LLM,
Right.
the more it has memory of your voice. Kind of like, see all these, you know how he was talking about projects? Like I've got so many projects, right?
Right.
I've got so much history that it just kind of knows me now and it can do a lot more prediction. If I was brand new to ChatGPT or if I was brand new to Nano Banana and it doesn't really have a history of at least a year, 2 years, 3 years with me, then it might not. Here's the other thing. It's like with any individual creation. Like, you know how does everybody here is on TikTok at least once a week, right? I'm on TikTok doom scrolling all the time. Nobody's okay. Well, I confess, I'm doom scrolling on TikTok all the time. And what's interesting is we're in the same house, but I'm doom scrolling and I'm looking at all the political stuff and I'm looking at all the like the the wives catching their husbands cheating on them on Tinder and stuff. But then my husband, he's also watching TikTok, but he's got like funny cat videos and workout videos. So like we're in the same house, but like we based off of what we're doing, it's answering specific to us. So I cannot guarantee, Amanda, that anything that I put in is going to be identical to what you put in. Because I know you're far more talented in the design than I am. Maybe what ChatGPT is doing is since it knows that I can barely dress myself, let alone design a house, maybe it's just overthinking for me because it knows I'm a moron when it comes to design.
I think up to this point, we've literally just used it as like, here's an image of our kitchen. Can you input this tile on the floor? Put this countertop in. That's literally all we've used it for. We have never had it ask us questions about the prompt. So this is awesome. Very
Okay.
informative. Already very
Yay!
excited.
Okay. I'm so
Also, that
happy.
video that you showed us, are we going to have access to that YouTube video?
Yeah, I can
Okay.
share the entire slide deck with you. No
Thank
big
you.
deal.
Perfect.
Okay, so now what I'd like to do, everybody, is does everyone feel who's playing this game? Did you feel like you went ahead and designed your kitchen? Yes? Okay, I want to see. I want to see. So everybody should have ability to share. I'm just gonna go in order of like who I see on my screen, right? Karen, you got to pay attention, girl, because you're gonna help me judge, okay?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
again,
I'm
this
good.
is
I'm trying to get Google.
okay. So Luana is the first one up. Okay, girl. All right. So just do us a favor. Can you read what your prompt was? What did you say in your prompt, honey? Oh, that's right. She can't talk. No refrigerator. Okay, okay, okay. Well, that was a previous. Okay, that wasn't from recent. Okay. So anyway, okay, cool. So look at this, girls. Okay, she did a kitchen. She's a brand new user. Like she's like day two, right, Luana? She's day two of using AI. Way to go. Way to go. Yes. Can we get a round of applause? That is not bad. That is not bad. Now, I'm sure all the designers are like, there's this and there's that and there's this and there's that. But you know what? For a first time, that's pretty impressive. And can I just state, ladies, is it not true that the majority of your clients are probably of the same skill level and they're probably able to just kind of give you an idea of what they want because this is their skill level and that's why they're hiring you in the first place? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. Luana, honey, that was a very good job. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. Okay, next up is Lauren. So Luana, honey, go ahead and unshare, stop sharing, and then let's see what Lauren came up with.
Okay, great.
This is so much fun. I hope you guys are having as much fun as me. This is a blast.
We're so competitive over here.
It's all good. Everyone's a winner. I know. I'll be like the cheerleader. Everyone's a winner. Everyone's a winner. Okay, Lauren, can you?
And is my screen sharing working?
It's I don't see it, baby.
Okay,
No.
still working on it. That.
The share button is in the bottom,
Okay.
and then you select which thing you want to
Oh,
share.
we usually use Google Meet, so I
Got
can't
it.
get to
Okay.
work, but
So-
I shared a link in the chat. It doesn't seem like it's coming through. Give me just a moment. I'll screen capture it. I'll put it in the chat so that you can present it.
Oh, actually, I didn't even know you can do screen capture in the chat. That's pretty cool.
I mean, I
Okay.
think I can share an image in the chat.
Well, if
Or
anything,
to somebody else, you come
we'll
back to.
figure it out. Okay, no worries, no worries. Okay, next up is Taylor and Amanda. Okay, girls, what'd you girls come up with?
Okay, gonna share my screen. Here's my kitchen.
Ooh, okay, okay. Is that a refrigerator coming out of the window?
I don't know.
Or is there two refrigerators? I don't know. I'm not
I
sure
think
what
there's a refrigerator on the left with a panel ready fridge, and then there's some sort of like countertop in
Microwave,
front of a microwave situation.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
cabinet microwave.
And then I've got a range and an induction cooktop. I've got 2 islands.
Okay.
Yep. And a butler's pantry.
I
So
love it.
I
I
didn't
love
prompt
it.
any of this. I just had it ask me questions and then I answered, and this is what it came up with. And then in order to show you Taylor's, I have to she sent me an email. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Can you see that?
We're still on
Okay,
your
stop share. There it is.
Ooh.
I
Oh,
like
it's got an
that.
ocean view. Hello.
Winning.
Hello.
That's
what I
was thinking of right now. So I gotta put it in there. She wants to be on a beach somewhere.
You know what? Yeah, I'm in Monterey, and my view is pretty good, but it's not that good.
Ooh,
So,
yeah.
that's you know what? That's damn right cute.
Yeah.
Honestly,
So cute.
that's cute.
And it's got 2 sinks, but like that makes sense.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay,
Yeah,
one in the
Oh,
one.
vegetable prepare, yeah.
Mhm.
And the
Yeah.
fridge is out of frame. It's over here on the left. You just can't see it.
That's what we're gonna tell ourselves.
Nice.
I do like the
view is nice.
wine area over there. They're like, forget the coffee. We're just going
Yeah.
straight
Yeah,
to the
beverage
wine.
The coffee maker's actually in this area right here. It's a slide out Keurig.
Brilliant, brilliant. Oh my God, girls, thank you. Okay, next up is Lisa. Let's see what Lisa came up with. Oh, Lauren. Okay, sorry, Lisa. Hold on. Can everyone
Yeah.
see in the chat? This is what
So
Lauren came up with.
I shared it just with you, so if you
Oh,
can.
okay. Let me see. Can I? Okay, let me see if I can share my screen. Hold on. Bear with me. Okay. Way to go. Okay. All right. Here
Ooh.
is Lauren's. And it's look at this. It's even got like this whole like
Yeah,
contextual,
Lots of light.
like
I
damn,
I
this is like marketing right
I
here.
think I didn't get to mention that. Like, I think I'm a level 6 in some ways, but like a 3 and a 4. Like, I saw myself in different areas, but I use Claude Cowork extensively. But I have never used AI for images. Just somehow it like freaks me out. So I did this. I'm like so impressed. And then I also in my prompt asked for like a marketing blurb to share along with the image, and it just put this in. I haven't even read it yet,
Oh,
but.
dishwashers. It's
Yeah,
nice.
so I included all of the appliances that I wanted it to have. And in the prompt I said I wanted a transom above a door. And I said only 2 pendants, and I said it's kind of moody, high contrast.
God damn,
I
that's
like
so
it.
sexy.
Yeah, so
You
this was
did so well.
and this was with ChatGPT with their new image tool. So yeah.
Really
Okay, round of
pretty.
applause. Like seriously. Okay, okay, amazing. Okay.
And I think like I had increased confidence just because I use it for other things pretty extensively, but this first time ever doing anything with images.
Nice.
Karen, this is going to be hard
Yeah,
for you to judge this. Okay, let's see what
I
Lisa's
like the
got.
light.
I know, right? Come on, Lisa, show us your goods.
Okay.
Show us your kitchen. This is so much fun. Oh my God, I'm having such a blast. Can we do this every week?
Oh, how nice.
Ooh.
Okay, that's pretty.
Wow,
All
this is gonna be
right.
tough.
All right, Lisa, walk us through your process, baby.
So I just put in one request. I said to create a large, beautiful cabinetry surrounded range with soapstone counters, a marble backsplash, a sink to the right of the range with windows, skylights above the island that would be oversized, and in the middle, brass accents. And then it just did this, and I only had to make one edit, was telling it to move the refrigerator like a foot back because it felt really close to the island, and that's about it.
Hot damn.
Where's the
That,
dishwasher?
It's paneled. It looks like
Yeah.
that.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Oh yeah, over there.
ooh
Yeah.
la la. I love it. She already had an answer. She's like, no, that wasn't a screw up. That was intentional.
I
I
love
didn't
all
mention
the
dishwasher. It just put it in for me with a panel on it. So
I
Oh
love
my
all the
gosh.
light.
Oh my gosh.
The
So good,
light, even the ceiling, you've got the open feeling.
right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I can just see it over here in Monterey. The seagulls would be like,
That's
all
nice.
right, target practice.
yeah, they're flat. That's kind of weird. That'll be a problem, but
Like that with the
Oh
light.
my God. Thank you, Lisa. Okay, Viv.
yeah.
All right, Vivi, show us what you got, girl. She's been quiet this whole time. She's like, I'm going to be on mute because I'm going to surprise you all.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Oh my gosh, we even have a dog? Love it.
So
Okay.
Oh wow.
I asked for a coastal kitchen with the ocean view, and then I added in a coffee bar, and then I added in a dog.
Oh, how neat. These
Oh
are
my
good
God. Okay,
ideas.
so I'm just so intrigued by that ocean view. It looks like it's one of those folding walls
Yeah,
of glass
Yeah.
kind of deal.
nice.
And then we don't care about a refrigerator because when you have a view like this, like who needs to eat, right?
There's a coffee bar refrigerator.
There we go. There we
Wow.
go. That
These
is
are
so
good.
impressive. I love it. Oh my gosh. Seriously. So coastal kitchen. Okay.
Great
I
job, Viv.
can't wait to
Very
try
nice. Very nice. Okay. All right. So then, Isabel, honey, what you got? I can't wait to see what Isabel's got. She's like, I showed up late, but I'm going to deliver. Isabel,
Wow.
is she like running away from me?
No,
Okay.
I'm here, but someone's here. Can someone go and then I'll go after?
Oh,
Or am I the
whoa.
last one?
You're the last one, but we can wait. We can wait. We won't win an award just
True.
yet. Well, how about if I'll tell you what, I'll move on to talking about other stuff and then we'll let Karen marinate on who she wants to be the winner.
Oh my
Sounds
goodness,
good.
this is
I know,
gonna
right? The
be
pressure,
tough.
Karen, the pressure.
That should be done like real quick.
Okay,
Jeez,
honey,
this
no
is
worries.
tough.
Okay, so what I'm going to do with everyone's permission is I'm just going to keep going on my little presentation and then we'll keep working on it. Okay, so that was amazing. Okay, all right. So going back to my little slideshow here. That was so badass, everybody, seriously. Okay.
Jeez.
So what I wanted to do was we clearly don't have a winner just yet, but what I wanted to illustrate was, come on, everybody's was amazing, right? Seriously. Luana, who's like a brand newbie, right? She's not a professional designer. She's an accomplished author, is what she is, and an artist, right? But she still could like function with the AI. And then we've got all these professionals in the design world, and you girls are all so talented. I'm so impressed. And what's really cool is that, yeah, there were differences, there were things that needed to be tweaked, right? But ultimately, everybody brought really excellent design. Yes. Yeah. I'm the only one who's the silly one because I used old technology and and I don't know how to prompt. But um I will say that how do you convey to your clients, right, what makes you special and unique? How do you show them that this is my skill and this is the way that I'm going to change your life by remodeling your home, right? Right? So what I wanted to do is I just wanted to just kind of like remind everybody we all have the same tools. Everyone's got a certain degree of professionalism and skill and aptitude, right? But we all have unique perspectives. I mean, Viv and Taylor both had coastal. We both saw we both saw the ocean, and I wanted to live in both kitchens, right? But it's like, ooh, you got to choose, right? And then that's the beauty. So we all have unique perspectives. We have different specialties. Like the fact that Lauren like threw in the marketing stuff. Hello, that was next level, right? Right? I think we could all learn from that. But it's really just amazing what we can do with AI. And I mean, can you imagine? Tell me, okay, you girls have all had experience with this way more than me in your roles as interior designers. How long did it take for you to put some kind of design idea in front of a customer? Did it take hours? Did it take weeks? Like, speak up. Tell me how long it took you before AI to put something like that together. Anyone?
I
Before?
mean, longer, like it generally takes like a collection of different images to communicate the overall like aesthetic and mood of the space, and then you have to supplement that with like materials and your fixtures and everything, and you have to be able to explain it to them like, now picture this mood with these items. You can't just throw it all in an image in 5 seconds, or you couldn't.
Right. Right. And then when you were before AI, when you were with a client and they're like, well, I don't know which mood I want. I don't like it was hard, right? Like
Mhm.
remember when I was showing what my chat GPT came up with for me? I mean, it was like, oh wow, it's giving me some examples. And it used to be what? You'd have to go into a magazine and say, I kind of like this element, but I like this element too. And anyway, I don't think that AI is going to solve everything for us, but at least the ability to regenerate a new idea is going to be lightning fast. Is that correct? Is that a correct assumption? Very helpful. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Going back to this though, I just really love it. Do we have, no, she's still on mute. Isabel is still busy. Okay. So Isabel, let us know, baby, when you're ready. So, what I'm thinking of is like unique sales propositions, right? Everybody here is talented. Everybody knows what they're doing. There's a bunch of experience here. So, when you are promoting yourself and your skills and your services, what I want you to do is I really want you to focus on what are your specialties? What are your talents? Share those certifications. Share how many hours and days and years and whatever your level of experience is, share that. If you've been doing it for 20 years, if you've been doing it for a shorter time, but you have a certain, you're an award-winning designer, whatever it is, make sure that you share all these things. If you're involved in the community, there's a lot of I met somebody fairly recently. She was at a NARI Silicon Valley uh, class like this, and her thing was she specialized in designing uh, for people who are on the autism spectrum. And I thought that was really cool because what she did was she created an environment that would be uh, a safe place for someone who gets overly stimulated. And I thought that was really, really cool. And she was very involved with the mental health and um, autism spectrum community, right? And so she became a resource for those type of folks. And that's very hyper focused on who your target market is. But like, some of you are into universal design. Yes, universal design is for wheelchair access and making sure that the house is usable for the older folks. Is that correct? Is that a correct definition of universal design? Did I screw that up, Lisa? Okay, tell me, what is
I mean,
universal design?
yeah, not just old folks, but
That's what
it's
I
like,
read, but maybe I was wrong. Okay.
yeah, I mean, it's more about just encompassing like anybody and any type of disability, or, not even a disability, but just kind of like universally versus, whatever.
Oh,
But
thank
yes,
you
it
for
is for that
correcting
too.
me.
That's more like age in place. What
You
you're
know what?
describing.
Thank you for correcting me because I honestly thought that universal design was like a fancy word for saying disabled people, but I didn't really. So you can have like
It's like more respectful.
what
But
you're
yeah.
saying though is like, for example, a universal design home could have multiple generations and it's functional for everybody. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, that's probably a little more accurate. Yeah.
So the grandkids would be fine, but then, the 90-year-olds would also be in good shape. Yeah,
hmm
that's so cool. Thank you for that. See, I learned something new. Thank you, darling. So the more you can educate people, the better off you are. Because unique sales proposition, that's just a fancy term for what makes me special and unique, and how do I stand out in a very, very competitive market. And it was really cute because Amanda said it earlier. She's like, we're all competitive here. Yeah, we are, but it's so much fun because we love what we do, right? But the good news is there's so much business for everybody. Yeah. And then everybody's got like
Can I call you back?
a different skill and a different talent. It's like art, right? Like not everybody's going to like a Picasso. We know the Picassos are famous, but not everybody likes Picassos. They know of it. They would prefer like a Van Gogh or a Renoir, So there's something for everybody. Anyway, moving on. Do we have Isabel? Is she back? She's not back. Okay. Well, while we're waiting on Isabel, I have a little gift for you all. Okay. So,
I'm here. I'm sorry.
oh, yay, you're here. Okay, good.
Okay.
So
Let me try to share.
Okay, I'll stop sharing my screen and we want to see your kitchen. Ooh,
Where'd it
ooh.
go?
Okay, Karen, you got to pay attention. She's going to show her
Yes, I
kitchen.
am. I'm writing the name down.
She's taking her role as judge very seriously.
Yeah, but I feel like, oh my gosh, this is so hard.
I know, right? Because everyone's a
Oh,
winner.
wow.
Ooh, okay, and it's got flowers and fruit.
Major big stove, big refrigerator.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so tell us your prompt, sweetie.
So I told it to give me an open kitchen with light cabinets, an industrial range, light quartzite slab on the
Waterfall.
splash, and island with waterfall.
Waterfall.
And this is what it gave me. I didn't even tell it about the lights but the industrial kitchen, it looks very industrial.
Yeah.
The range in the
The
hood.
top hood, yeah.
Yeah, that looks like
Yeah.
a restaurant. It's like how many of you guys see POV Husband? It's the guy that does these really amazing cooking videos, and he shows off how he Have you seen POV Husband at all? He's on TikTok.
No.
Look him up. It's so cute. He's a former restaurant owner. And when his wife is like, "Can we go out to dinner?" He's like, "No, I'm gonna make it myself." But like it's such a production and it's like amazing. Like one video, she came into the front door. You see her knocking on the front door, and he answers the front door of their house, and there's like a jazz band playing in the living room. He goes, "Do you have reservations?" And she's like, "No." He goes, "Do you mind if I seat you at the bar?" And she's like, "Okay." I mean, they're married, right? But they're like doing this whole skit. And so like there's a jazz band in their living room, and then he's got this whole spread, and it's like beautiful, and it's just like, and then they start dancing. It's like so cute. And this looks like one of those, this almost looks like their kitchen because he's a professional. And
Mm.
he takes it to the next level.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, okay, Isabel, honey, you did a great job. I think everyone did great. Round of applause.
Wow.
Let's have you stop sharing your screen. Okay, Karen, do we have a winner?
Oh my. It is so hard because, I have my own feelings and I have to kind of separate from.
Okay, can we do we want to do a winner, or do we want to do like a top three, or do we want to just rank them? And you're like, how do you feel? There's no wrong answers here, but how do you feel like doing it if you want to save everybody's feelings?
Well, no, I noticed some things in each kitchen
Okay.
that I think there were three that, well, maybe four that kind of stood out for me because I'm going to remodel my kitchen. So,
Okay, ladies, get Karen's number. I'm going to be there at her house this weekend.
No.
We'll
Okay.
have a party
So
at Karen's
then,
house.
I like light.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I liked the kitchens that had the big group of windows by the sink or the openness. I liked the one that had the light in the ceiling also was open. There was a wall of windows and the ceiling had light coming down.
I think that was Vivi's, huh?
Did you notice that?
And you know what's hilarious?
skylight
Vivi's not on here anymore.
lights
We lost
to
Vivi.
bring it
Vivian had an appointment. She ran out. She did the one that had like the doors that opened up to the ocean.
I like Lisa.
Was it then Lisa's that had the?
I like Lisa's. I didn't see. I there was one where I didn't see the dishwasher, and it was enclosed in a cabinet.
Oh yeah,
by the sink.
Okay, Lisa, show yours.
Lisa, I liked yours.
Show yours again, Lisa, pretty please.
That one.
It's coming up slowly.
Oh,
there it is.
I liked the light in the ceiling and all the lights by the sink.
Nice.
She also had the little vegetable wash thing, and her island was high enough for the higher stools. There was one Isabel's ceiling island looked like it was a low, and so does Lisa's. To me, because I'm a taller person, I like height. The counter's higher than the normal, and like equal to the stove level. I like a high countertop. A lot of people can't have that, but I like a high top countertop for the stools.
I love it. Well,
I
Karen,
like
darling.
the double refrigerator. You have a lot of counter space, and the openness I liked. And then I liked Lauren's because it had the unique situation with the colors. I think yours was the dark, yeah. See, she's got light in the doors, and it's open, and she's got a full island, no breakup of a sink. But I questioned about the two dishwashers.
Oh, well, maybe one's a trash compactor and maybe one's a
Okay, I
dishwasher.
couldn't tell because they look like they're both the same size, and usually
you wash
trash
in one and you
compactors
dry
are
in
little-
the other. That's what a lot of people do.
I wasn't sure, but I
Big
said, well,
family
maybe
problem.
she hosts a lot of people, and okay. And you know what I didn't see in any of them?
What?
And I thought it was beginning to be a thing now in design, was to have that that extra kitchen. That's
Oh, like the server's kitchen that's like
scullery.
type kitchen
behind
separate
a wall.
from a normal kitchen. I guess it depends on how big a house you're working with.
Like
but a lot
M
of them are
Designs.
having
M
That was
Designs.
behind the
side
wall. You can't
kitchen.
see it. That's the scullery.
Yep. Yeah.
There's
There
like
you
a
go.
little side kitchen that's serviced by the dining area
Mhm.
The
and
butler's pantry.
pastry.
Mhm. Yeah, I remember for a Nari Silicon Valley event, we went to M Designs, her house in Los Altos Hills, and she had one of those, like the wall was down. You didn't know there was a whole kitchen behind the
Yeah.
kitchen. And then the wall raised up, and then you see it's like, oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
Some
pretty
of the new
impressive.
designs are incorporating that now,
Yeah.
but it's for the bigger homes where you entertain a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
loved everybody's. I mean, each one offered a nice situation to it.
Very good.
But
I love this.
I favor a lot of light. I like
Well,
light coming in.
I'm so glad that you like it. Well, let me speed things up so we can, because I know we're a little over our hour, but I just wanted to give everybody a little heads up here. So we've got an SOP that I want to give you. Okay, so this is an SOP that I built. It's a template, and do me a favor, everybody, in the chat if you want me to send you the this slide deck. I'm happy to do it. But anyway, I've got this SOP that is a template, and it allows you to fill in the blanks of whatever it is that you want to build. So for example, and you can also, guess what? You can also use ChatGPT or Claude or whatever LLM you're using, Gemini, to help you create SOPs. But if you want to share your knowledge with your team about here's the best way to create a rendering, or here's the best prompt to create an image for a kitchen, like whatever it is that you do, here's the best way to price out a bid. Here's the best way to determine the mood that someone wants. There's so many different elements of your job that you can standardize, and you can use this template to say, all right, here's the goal of this standard operating procedure. When do I need this task to be done? Who's responsible for doing this? What happens if we don't do this step? Are we going to have happy customers, or are we going to have one-star reviews because they were frustrated with the process? What are the goals of the task, the key performance indicators? What are the prerequisites in order to get started? Are there any special key terms that we need? And also, too, in this template, there is a space where if you don't really want to write everything out, or you just want to have a video showing people, here's how I do this, just watch this video and you can learn it quicker. You can put a link to that video tutorial right there. And then you can spell out, here's step 1 of how to do it. Here's step 2. Here's some references or additional standard operating procedures that would help you. Here's a final checklist. Here's an additional notes and best practices. And so there's different things that you can put into the template. One of the things that I created, hold on, where did I put it? I'm going to share. Can you all see? Oh, maybe it's not doing it. Hold on. Let me share again. Oh, here we go. Here is a marketing SOP that I created that I actually hand out to everybody. So for example, you know that template I just showed you? Well, this is it when it's filled out for marketing. And if anybody wants this, I'm happy to give it to you, because this is a template that you can use how to do your best marketing. So essentially, here's the goals, here's all the different things outlining why is this SOP for marketing important. Here is a section where you can start showing your benchmarks. Okay, here are the goals. I'm starting with this, or here are my goals of website visitors per month, new Google reviews per month. I want 5 stars only. I want my social media engagement rate to be this percentage. I want to have this cost per lead, et cetera, and all the different things. And then I've got I've got a whole list of who is responsible for doing this because it is very rare anymore that one person can handle all of the marketing. It's best if you can have different people within the team be responsible for certain things because having one person doing it, that's a 90-hour a day, a week job kind of thing. So these are the tasks. And then here are the different procedures. Make sure that you have access to all the social media platforms and all the logins are securely stored and you've got assigned roles for everybody regarding content and monitoring and review responses. Then there's planning the content, scheduling it, posting it weekly, engaging with the audience, monitoring your metrics on a weekly basis, conducting monthly reviews, adjusting your ad campaigns as needed, quarterly reviews of your standard operating procedures. Are they still current? Here are some best practices and references and additional links. You can fill in the other SOPs that you create for these particular processes. Here's a checklist. Not everybody wants to read through everything. Some of us are more seasoned and we just want to go to a checklist. Or for the level sixes like Lauren, who's building an agentic network, she can have the bots do do all the checklists. You know, you can automate this to where everything's scheduled automatically with your AI agentic network if you get that fancy. And then here are some additional notes and best practices. There are scenarios like what happens if I get a bad review, or what happens if my Facebook page gets hacked, or how do I handle these things? And so I also have frequently asked questions. So silly little stuff, but you know, I'm just trying to be of assistance. And I'm in the final stages of this, folks. So bear with me here. So I just want to get back to the presentation here. So really, I wanted to say your mindset, right? You already are super skilled. What we want to do is we want to look at our mindset and figure out what do we want to accomplish. If you're brand new to AI, the best mindset to take on is a mindset of curiosity. Don't worry about being perfect. Luana, honey, I'm so proud of you for doing your very first
Did
kitchen.
a good job for
She
first
did
time.
great for brand new, like as of like 24 hours of newness. That's
I didn't get to do it.
right? But then, you know, what is your mindset? And I'll tell you, girls, something. This is really kind of cool. When I was going through a divorce in 2006, I picked up this book, How Smart Women Finish Rich, and I found this in my bookshelf. It's been a long time, and then I was flipping through it, and I have like notes of like 2007 me who's like dealing with a reeling from the finished with the divorce and trying to put my financial life back together. And like I've got like 2007 me on August 17th saying, okay, I need to save for retirement, I need to save for my trip, I need to sell my music CDs, I need to do all these things. And then like it's just cute when you see like your older version of yourself. And then here I am 19 years later, and I'm married to the dream husband. I've got a unicorn of a husband, and like life is so much better, and thankfully my financials are far better than they were back here. But it's just mindset, right? It's like I will do better. I will streamline my processes. I will continue to learn. I'm a lifelong learner, and I will get through these challenges, and I'll get through this economy and watch me soar, right? So, if anything, I just wanted to help you remember you are amazing and you need to know your worth and charge accordingly. Yes? Yes. Okay, we're almost there. So, if you have any questions about marketing or how to get your business on the front lines and get chosen, let me know. I'm here to be of service. Um, so here we go. What have you learned today? What have we learned? And I want to go around the room and just say, any golden nuggets? Do we have any golden nuggets? Lauren, what golden nuggets did you get, honey?
To use AI in different ways that I'm currently using it.
Awesome. Karen, what golden nugget did you get, honey?
Well, I want to get Chat GPT and get in there and try it.
Right on. Okay, we'll play with it on Saturday
I'm
or Sunday night.
excited. Boy,
I know,
this
right?
AI is something else.
Right?
I
Okay,
can't
Lisa.
wait to get in and do it. I need a new computer, so that's the first thing.
Okay, maybe
And
we'll go
then,
shopping on Sunday.
oh, I
Okay.
can't wait.
Lisa, honey, what did you get as far as a golden nugget?
Well, I'm going to echo what Luana put in the chat, that there's several AI programs more than just ChatGPT, because I knew that, but I also didn't really pay attention to it. I had no idea how many that there were and how much they were doing, and that they were like programming for you, and they were like I grew up watching like iRobot and AI and all those movies where we're like, oh, if AI happens, we're all gonna die. And I kind of still feel that way. But I think if you use it right, like it's, it can be really beneficial. And this was the first image I've ever created today. And I
Beautiful.
felt like, I had no idea I could do this to like show clients to create a mood. I still just spend time on Pinterest, not even thinking just to do this. And that's just me being old school. But so I learned a lot.
Way to go. Okay, Isabel, you're next, honey. Did you get any golden nuggets?
Yes, also learned about different programs, and then also, I guess, prompt it as much as you want so it can give you what you want or more, like that one that she put
Yes.
even to give a description of the actual kitchen. That was great.
Fantastic. And
Hmm.
Luana, honey, I know that you can't really talk. You can try it. Let's see. Let me see if I stop sharing. Maybe I can see what did Luana
I
say?
read what she put in the
Oh,
chat.
there
She
are several
said
AI
that,
more than
yeah,
ChatGPT. Okay.
yep.
Yay. Well, I'm so glad that everybody got something out of this. That's good. I'm going to do the last screen share here. And essentially, here's how you get in touch with me. If you want to do a screenshot, hey, I'm your sister in support, you know? You don't have to do marketing with me. I don't care. We're all part of the same humanity. We're all part of the same groups, and I am here to assist. So if you ever have a question about like how do I do this or how do I do that? Call me. And if I don't have the answer, we'll figure it out together or I'll send you to somebody I know that does know the answer. Also, too, if you like reading, I have my couple of books that I am showing off. This is the one, We Aren't Going Back, A History of Women's Social Progress Over 200 Years, available on Amazon. And it's a massive tome. And then I also have The Give to Get Principle, which is how relationships and reciprocity build raving fans. So if you're interested in that, if you are interested in getting the slide deck, do me a favor right now. Let's have you put your email in the chat for me. And then that way I can do that because I don't know what everyone's emails are. Unfortunately, I don't get everybody's emails. It doesn't like come to me. You guys have to give it to me. So, or if you want to, there we go. There's Lisa's. Okay, good, good. I'm so glad you liked this. There's Lauren's. Okay, good. Um, Isabel wants me to send her the SOP, but I didn't get Lauren's. Or sorry, not Isabel. I didn't get Isabel's email. Does anybody have Isabel, sweetheart? Could you give that to me, pretty please? Yeah, there she is. Luana, she's got it. Okay, where's Isabel's? Can't wait to use it. Good. That's Karen's. Okay, good. Isabel. Does anybody know Isabel's email?
I think she direct messaged it to me, Isabel. So I'll put it.
Oh, oh, okay, got it. If you don't mind, that'd be great. Sometimes, yeah, we don't realize that we're not messaging everyone. We think that there we go. There it is. Okay, good. So I've got Lisa's, I've got Karen's, I've got Lauren's, Luana's, and Isabel. Oh, there's Isabel. Okay, great, 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 great. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna do a little screen shot so I can capture everybody's emails. Okay, did I get everybody? Oh, do we want to do Vivian's? Do you have
I'll send it to her.
Vivian's?
I
If
work
you
with her,
don't,
so I'll just send it to her.
okay, you'll do that. Okay.
Yeah.
I will do that as soon as we're done. Thank you. I'm sorry that I took like a 90-minute thing as opposed to an hour thing. I apologize, but I hope that everyone had so much fun, like you'll forgive me. And oh yeah, we lost Amanda and Taylor. Does anybody have their information? That's okay. I'm sure I'll run into them in the next NARI meeting. Thank you so much, everybody. Love you very, very much. Appreciate you. And we'll see you next month when we're
Thank
doing our
you.
next we're our next educational happy hour. Okay, bye.